Justin Fields' starting job is on the line. And the surprise isn't the decision, it's how Fields is handling it. With Russell Wilson ready to step in, could this be a turning point for the Steelers? Fields gets real about his performance, and the pressure is mounting ahead of Week 7. Is this the right move for Pittsburgh, or will it backfire? Let's break it all down.
Cuts back to the middle. He's going to find his way home. What a play on fourth down.
Justin Fields' potential benching in favor of Russell Wilson has surprised many, except for Fields himself. In a candid conversation with reporters on Thursday, leading up to the team's Week 7 game against the Jets, Fields admitted his struggles. Pittsburgh has already given Wilson first-team reps, preparing him for what could be his debut start as a Steeler. I don't think I played good enough. If I'm being real with you, Fields said via ESPN's Brooke Pryor. If I'm being real with myself, I think if I did play well enough, I don't think there would be any sort of who should be playing, who should not. Fields wasn't dominant in the Steelers' first 6 games as their starting quarterback, but he made key plays and showed gradual improvement as a passer and leader, despite working with a patchwork offensive line. He passed for over 240 yards in 2 games, threw 5 touchdowns with only 1 interception, and added 231 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns. His solid play seemed enough to secure his position, making Mike Tomlin's decision to shift toward Wilson with a 4-2 record somewhat surprising. First off, Justin has done a great job, Wilson said on Thursday. He's a tremendous quarterback. I faced him over the years, and he's an excellent player and teammate. As the season goes on, our goal is always to improve and continue growing. Wilson, who has been recovering from a calf injury, mentioned feeling more like himself this week, according to the Pittsburgh Tribune Review. For those keeping a close eye on the Steelers, 2 things stood out. Their defense was strong enough to keep them in every game, and despite the lack of offensive weapons, Fields was performing well enough as their quarterback. He certainly wasn't the problem. However, Fields isn't completely satisfied with his performance in his 6 starts. Not really. I mean, I want to be 6-0 right now, but it was a great opportunity for me, Fields said. Of course, I'm grateful for the opportunity. I did get those first 6 weeks, and we'll just see what happens. The potential shift to Wilson is a critical moment for Pittsburgh's season. If Wilson plays better than Fields, it will support Tomlin's choice. But if Wilson struggles, Tomlin might quickly turn back to Fields, hoping any issues Wilson has are short-term. Fields is prepared for any scenario and is ready to assist Wilson if needed. I'm just doing the same thing I was doing, Fields said. I just do my job at the end of the day, and whether that's playing, it's helping the guys out on the sideline. Tell him what I see, helping the rest out if he's out there. So just small stuff like that. More Steelers news from C.com insider. Many in Steelers organization against QB change. The Pittsburgh Steelers locker room currently feels calm and drama-free. With a 4-2 record, the team is in good spirits and confident about the future. Talking to players, there's no indication of internal tension, even with a major change in the starting lineup. However, one NFL insider reports that not everyone is happy with head coach Mike Tomlin's decision. According to Sports Illustrated's Albert Breer, many within the Steelers organization believe that the team shouldn't be switching quarterbacks after Fields led them to a 4-2 start. There are a ton of people in that place right now that feel like Russell Wilson would limit them on offense in a way that Justin Fields does not. Breer said on the Rich Eisen show, which I think is a big part of the reason why so many people there just wish that Tomlin would stick with Fields. Wilson has already taken first-team reps in his return to practice, signaling that he's set to start in Week 7 against the New York Jets, while Tomlin is making the decision. And it seems he's been waiting for Wilson's return to give him the starting role. There's been significant debate over the choice. I think Fields is doing enough, Ben Roethlisberger said on his podcast. You saw with his legs especially, making things happen, creating, and not necessarily this time wasn't designed quarterback runs. It was him extending a play, stepping up in the pocket, and just keeping the play alive. I thought he played well. I just think what you're going to get from Russ is more pocket presence to throw the ball down the field. But you're not going to get that extend the play like Justin does because he's a running back out there when he decides to run. Even Tomlin acknowledged Fields has played well, But the Steelers are looking for great, which he believes they can achieve with Wilson. Justin Fields has been really good, and we've been really good at times, but not to be confused with great. Tomlin said, "This is a competitive league, man. We're trying to position ourselves to be that team, and we got a player with talent who hadn't had an opportunity to play. So we're going to potentially explore those things. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with what Justin has done or has not done. Justin has been an asset to us. Man, last week, for example. Man, his ability to utilize his legs by design and by ad-lib was a significant component of that game. He rushed for 50 plus yards and 12 touchdowns in game, and so we're appreciative of that.